All right. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Oh wait, I'm hearing myself twice. I gotta mute that.
Hello,
Sorry, guys. Hold
hello.
on. Oh, this be so annoying sometimes. Give me a second, guys. I will get this draft open for us. Oh, there it is. We're good. Never mind. It decided to want to work. How amazing. All right. Well, everybody, welcome to the stream. I will be your caster for the day, Hairwiz. Here to hopefully have a great match between two teams here of Mapogo Coalition and the Femboys. Both teams coming off a loss in week one. I can actually show you guys the standings here if you guys want to see that. Um, Here we go. So, uh, right now, NTR is in last place. Already played their week two match. VIP also at 0-2. And here we see both Mapogo and Femboys here, technically tied for what would that be, seventh place. So the winner of this will move into the mix of those couple teams there at the 1-1. The loser will obviously fall and sit at the 8th seed. And here at the top of the bracket, we have Small Brains and Sun Gaming Incarnate having won their week two matchups, while Mythos and Scorch will play tonight. The loser of that will also fall into that middle of the pack 1-1, while the other one will be undefeated still. So that's what we kind of got going on. So big stuff, big stuff. But yeah, so it's going to be this series first, and then, like I said, the other one later on tonight, I will be casting that as well. That one will be kicking off at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Uh, Probably not going to have this one. Probably going to be able to end the stream and come back live, assuming this doesn't somehow take 4 hours. I don't think I've had a stream take 4 hours almost ever if it was not a 5-game series. But with all that said, it looks like we're going to be jumping into the draft here in a second. So let's see what these two teams decide to ban. As Femboys have, I don't know if they had home or away for this week, but they are blue side, while Mapogo is going to be red side. All right, so Femboy starting off with banning Nexus's Bard, something he's very, very, very good on. Probably one of the better Bard players we have in our league. I don't know if anybody else actually plays the champion consistently, but I think he's been drawing the most Bard bans. There might be one other team, but definitely this guy. Viego going to be banned. I should note that tonight, or today, it's really not tonight, it's today. We're still in the afternoon. Femboys, Rurika is out. so he's not going to be playing in the series. So instead, they sent, I believe, Jungle to the mid. Yeah, so Inferno is going mid lane, and King of Nothing is their sub going to be playing the jungle role. So that's going to be a ban for King of Nothing. Cho'Gath. Interesting. Cho'Gath ban. Definitely something I think I've seen Mr. Buffa play in the past. It's been a long time. Might have played it last split. Lulu coming out here for Mapogo, so trying to get rid of one of the more obnoxious and very strong enchanters. I would say she's probably the second strongest behind Nami at the moment. Pairs really, really well with a lot of these crit 80 carries and just keeping them safe. And then they're going to take Lee Sin away from Led, who I think had a fantastic game last week, even though they did lose the series. That game 2 was absolutely insane, and a big reason why they won that game. It's a good ban there by Femboys. What is going to be the R3 ban for Mapogo here? Going to be Caitlyn. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good ban. Mackie's certainly very proficient on the champion. Again, pretty good 80 carry in terms of usage of the crit items, which I think is still absolutely disgusting at the moment. I expect most of the season crit is going to be back in because it seems like that's what Riot wants. And as I say that, here comes the Varus. Varus did get some nerfs a while back, but I don't think they were really for AD. Well, I shouldn't say AD Varus, because he can go two separate builds still, of course. But I don't think it was for bot lane Varus. It's more for top lane Varus. So the question of what build he's going to go, I think I've seen Mac play both versions. I favor on hit personally, but lethality can still be pretty good. Just depends on the team comp you're into. Mapogo going to go for a Ashe here as their first pickup. I haven't seen her have a lot of success quite yet. She's obviously a great utility AD carry, kind of similar to Varus in that aspect. I think Varus brings a little more damage to the table though. Both mid-ranged picks, so I do expect the jungler and or top laner from both teams to be something with damage as these carry on. And there you go, you're gonna get yourself a Nocturne from Mapogo. So already leading off here with a nice little comp setup, very pick heavy from both sides. Let's see if Femboys continues into the pick heavy or not. We're going to go for a Scion here. Scion, obviously, if locked in, is going to provide a lot of tankiness. Great front line. Can definitely set up this Varus well. Allow him to free hit. And a Pantheon. Okay, so Femboys definitely going for a bit of a pick comp as well. It's very interesting because I think you're going to have both these junglers matching globals. I want to say the Nocturne gets a lot of these first move plays because of the way he turns off the lights. You don't know for sure where he's going, so comms are very, very important when the Pantheon's trying to match possible ganks. But the side lanes are going to be absolutely dangerous. The Scion right now, obviously, relatively safe as a champion. He's hard to kill, but we'll see what else they pick up. Mapogo, though, they're going to go lock in a R3 Anivia. Now, that's for CLT, something I also didn't note. CLT is actually covering here for Samlad in the mid lane for Mapogo, so both teams having subs today. CLT is our resident Anivia player. He plays the most Anivia around here. Obviously, we've been seeing it a lot lately, so I do think it's a much better champion than it has been. Still a risky game 1 pick, in my opinion, though. Shouldn't be too bad into stuff like Pantheon and Scion, though. As both teams' bans are coming in for the second phase of bans here, we've got Orianna Syndra taken away by Mapogo. So Inferno must be gaming on those picks. Obviously are pretty good into Anivia, so it makes sense. And then top lane focus for Femboys as Mr. Buffa's Ornn and Yorick are being taken away. So that means he's going to opt in for an R4 Zaheen. Interesting. I mean, I don't feel like Scion can kill him. I guess that's the thing. Femboy's locking in the Nico. Okay. I think this is a Actually, not a bad pick here from Femboys. I think it makes it so that if Nocturne does look for an engage, it can be pretty dangerous. As if he's not like he's trying to do like a full on fight, team fight, he just flies into his death, regardless of his W. There's so much CC that could just completely obliterate him off the map. So it'll be interesting to see how they play around this Nocturne pick on Mapogo side. And then Ari is going to be the pickup here. So, all right. Ari pretty safe. Once she hits 6, there is some stuff that can certainly get on her. She's got to play the fights well, but I do like it. No. Nexus, go the Rakan. I actually like that so much better. It pairs well with Nocturne. I mean, actually, Seraphine might be okay too, but I think he did it. I like the Rakan there. I think it's really good in Nico as well. Well, not exactly really good. Let me rephrase that. I think Nico is probably better than the Rakan, but I think with being able to turn off the lights, the Rakan gets to play the game a lot better, and I guess that's where I was leading with that. But yeah, maybe the Seraphine is just a better pick now that I think about it. And it does work pretty well with kind of this pick potential that they're set up on Mapogo side. So kind of both team comps fight pretty similarly. I think the Nico could be like the big factor here. She can find some really nice flanks, really nice setups. Could really turn this game into Femboy's favor, but Mapogo's got decent side lanes with a lot of heavy pick potential with the Nocturne Ash. All right. Alright guys, welcome back. Had to run that ad real quick so we don't get screwed in the middle of a game. I know that's the worst for viewers. Alright, look at that, everything going off with that hitch. I haven't done a stream, or let me rephrase that, I haven't been in charge of a stream in a while, so I was a little concerned if everything was going to function right, you know. When you do it like multiple times a week, you never have to worry about the problems. But when you haven't done it in like 3 months, you know, you just don't know. Like OBS might have been updated, something weird happened, or you know, client classic client bugs that we get. But never mind my rambling. Let's get into this his first game. This thing, son of my ass, boys. All right. The bot lane is both just warding that bush. Kind of hilarious. And then the spam pings on the ward. These guys. Also, really good ward by Pantheon. So King of Nothing actually able to drop a ward on the red buff of the red. So he's going to be seen clearing his red buff. Junglers are going to start the same side. So expect a possible fight over this first scuttle. I don't know whose clear is better at the moment. I actually haven't touched either of these champions in this new season. Previously, Nocturne had slightly better clear, but we'll see. Maybe things have changed. Don't expect too much aggression here in the early phase of the game. Most of these champions, it's kind of funny, I think. Basically, everybody in this game wants to scale. Except for Pantheon, Nocturne, and I think that's it. But yeah, I think everybody else wants items to play this game. I guess Ari doesn't mind level 6 fights without an item. She's cool. CLT with the phase rush and Nivea. I guess that's not bad here. Dodging the dodge art charms and stuff. I'm definitely not gonna question it. He plays that champion, I don't. But interesting tech. Interesting tech. You know, they nerf phase rush, and I feel like I'm seeing it more. Nice buffer there from Mr. Good to get his W out in time. He knew he would seize it anyways. Buffa and Wingrat trading pretty aggressively. Alright, so we do see, like, okay, so I was right. The Nocturne did get down to the scuttle first. He actually kills it first. The question is he going to try to contest this Pantheon? Problem is CLT is nearly dead in the mid lane. Or at least when I say dead, egged is what I should say. Nocturne kind of here for the hover. Does look like Pantheon is going to be able to go get the other scuttle. Oh wait, Nocturne deciding to cancel his back. They're going to try to look for a play. CLT did go into his egg. Fear's going to come down. CLT has to be careful here. He's got no egg. Jump on with a W. Will it be enough damage? King Nothing's going to flash. Does get the first blood. He's able to flash away from the Fear as well. And a bit of an oversight. I think if CLT has his egg there, it's a great play, but not respecting the jungler movement there. Pantheon getting first blood is really, really good for Femboys' side of the game. The quicker he gets to that first item, the more of a menace he truly is. Ooh, but man, Ashe is nearly falling there just to Nexus himself. Also, TP from Angel Boy. I did not notice that in the champ select. Interesting decision. I think he's done this a couple times now. Or at least one time, I should say, last week. And it's definitely pretty efficient. It actually gets him a decent, like, substantial gold lead here. Or at least a farm lead. Nearly up 20 CS. And he's going to get another cheetah recall off. So he's actually going to go back and buy something else and see what he ends up purchasing. So he's just going to come back with the Retrix here. You know, a little more attack damage. You know what that component was called at all? Does anybody? Oh, nice charm there from Inferno. They're kind of struggling early on. Meanwhile, Waingrad hitting 6 before Mr. Bufa here. Mr. Bufa looking to be a little bit in trouble. It does get his 6 just in time, so it looks like any crazy fight is going to be kind of backed off from. But Mr. Bufa's like, hey, I'm just going to keep fighting you. I got passive. He's trying to do as much damage as he can. Now let's see if Waingrad maybe turns it back. No, he's not going to use the Unstoppable Onslaught. There's potential with that, I don't know what it's called. His stuff coming down. But you guys going to look at the engage here as you do see Inferno coming up. There's the Spirit Rush, and that's going to be a dead Zahin taken off the map. And nice kill for this Ari. Meanwhile, that has started up this Drake. Now Pantheon is in the area, so this might be a attempted steal here from Pantheon. He's looking, drops the Q, but he's not going to be able to collect that. So first Drake, Chemtech going over the side of Mapogo Coalition. Alright. We're going to probably see a Paranoia down here bot. No follow-up ultis from the bot lane of Mapogo, but a simple stun could be it. They're going to go here onto Ashes. Ashes took so much damage, forced to use the heal. Is going to end up living. Does get clipped by that volley. Q nothing is coming down, though. Piercing arrow to try to do some more damage, but it's not going to land. Pantheon doing the same. Yeah, they both actually miss on their targets. Pretty insane. Angel Boy also nearly falling on the back end of that. So it is a bit of a gold lead here for the side of Femboys, but goes bot lane, kind of fighting back, getting some advantages. The Ashe is now caught up in farm. 2 of the Vars here. So I expect on next Paranoia a return gank to be kind of inevitable. Wow, that's going to be so annoying for Sion to play. Having to deal with 2 CCs, but obviously the Q kind of gets reset a bit. So he's okay with that. Here comes the ulti, forcing out the flash from Waingrad. Passive is going to fall off. Inferno once again moving up here. King of Nothing is also here, but yeah, here comes the Spirit Rush, and once again, nothing really used to kill Mr. Bufa, just a simple little W. And that is going to be another pickup kill and more gold here. Now King of Nothing walking right into Nocturne. Gotta be careful. Oh wait, no, that's actually Ashes. I got tricked as a viewer. They're gonna try to look here on him. Here it comes. The ult here from King of Nothing does have the flash to get out. Gotta imagine that there's more mana on this Anivia that they do look for an aggressive play, but instead, nothing's gonna come from this except for a flash from the Nocturne. Change the Corruption traded for the Ashe Arrow here. Paranoia still down for a bit. Max gotta be careful. He does have his flash, but you see Nexus coming a little bit of slow. There it is. The shield's going to be enough. This should be a kill. Oh my goodness! Angel Boy turns it back with a beautiful use of the piercing arrow on top of the W. Enhanced damage, and it's just too much with all those stacks. Well played. 1 for 1, obviously going to favor Angel Boy here. So as we're narrowing the, or nearly getting to the 10-minute mark here, we've got ourselves about a A 2.2k lead here for the side of Femboys. Pretty meaningful here in the early part of the game. And a lot of that coming off the back of some kills. Go ahead and check out this gold graphic here for a second, guys. So not a big lead in the box side of the map, but a substantial one for Mendez. As I say that, here goes the paranoia here on to Ashes, but Ashes doesn't die, and it finally does fall, but they force the flash out of Angel Boy. Sorry, let's look back at the gold here. I got distracted with the fight happening. So yeah, most of that gold lead is coming from mid lane, as Inferno has a pretty massive lead on CLT. Mr. Bufa just in there fighting is like, I have my passive, you have no flash. Gonna send him into his little Guardian Angel passive. So that means he's not going to have that. Gotta consider Ari roams, but the Unstoppable Onslaught was used. So it's a pretty big cooldown. Meanwhile, we have Drake coming up here in about 45 seconds. It is going to be a Mountain Drake for Drake number 2. And here comes the Nocturne coming up here. Waingrod does see it. He had the vision. Also, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Nexus kind of getting pushed out. They're TPing in to try to shut down this play, but the Fear is going to come off. Nice flash. The Charm is going to hit. It's going to be enough damage. Can they turn it back? Inferno's absolutely massive. Another W shield will come up here for the Scion. He does have his Q. The Decimating Smash will be enough. That's a double kill for the mid laner of Femboys. Oh, nice wall, though, and a beautiful Q. They're going to shut down Angel Boy here. Ashes finds himself in a bit of a cold place. Going to be a double kill here for CLT. So the mid laner here from Mapogo getting some gold back, starting to find some plays. And that means the Drake is not going to be touched here by the Pantheon. So I think it's the most important thing for the side of Mapogo to kind of give themselves a win condition. Start stacking these Drakes. But Waingrod chipping away at this top turret. It's going to be down to one plate. CLT's got to be careful here. Nice wall to keep Inferno from getting in. Farm isn't going to land. A little bit of a chunk here on Inferno. Could be really good for the Drake fight. They're going to give it over. They might look to give. Of course, Nocturne always has a way to access it. Nice Ash Arrow is going to land into a beautiful usage of that Encore. Immediately falling his Angel Boy right after is going to be Ashes. King of Nothing. You literally are the King of Nothing as he's going to lose his crown. And all that's upstanding is Inferno just watching his team die. What a setup. I can see why the Nocturne works so well with the Seraphine, because once he turned those lights off, they were clumped up. A bit of a mistake. And now the Drake is going to fall. Meanwhile, we have another fight top lane. Mr. Bufa doesn't have his flash, but not afraid to fight. Oh, he doesn't have his passive stack, but he gets the stop on the Decimation Smash. But one more auto is going to do it. Going to flash in there. Going to get the solo bolo in the top side of the map. The item advantage making all the difference there. And that means the top turret is going to fall. Nice charm here onto CLT. Does have a Spirit Rush. CLT's got to be careful. He's going to get his Phase Rush off. So they're going to be able to pop the egg. They're probably going to kill him right under the turret. Nice usage of CC layering, even if it was egg form or not. And mid lane now going to get chopped down. So the movement here from Femboys making a big difference. He's going to turn off the lights. He wants to look for a kill onto the Ahri, but it's going to just be another sacrifice to Waingrod, picking up his 3rd kill of the game. And this Sion is absolutely massive, as his mid lane turret should be falling here in a moment.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
He actually did with a TP top as well. The Sion's absolutely everywhere on the map. Mr. Buford is trying to run for his life. The big thing here is this is a huge gold lead for Femboys. I mean, what's that, about 5K advantage? You see a lot of it in the top side, nearly a 4K difference between the 2 top laners. Of course, mid lane as well. About a 2.1K difference. The only advantage right now is going to be the bot lane, who are now going to be the targets. Maybe overcommitting just a little bit here. There is no Paranoia to follow. Inferno coming in. Here comes the Skyfall. There goes the bot lane of Mapogo. Trying to make a play when the rest of the map being down, it just gets absolutely punished. That is going to be Rift Herald falling. I'm just going to continue to grow this gold lead, as wherever they decide to use it, I'm sure at this point it's going to be hard to defend the turret from falling. Looks like Mr. Buford wants to fight. They're going to try to shut him down. Unfortunately, Unstoppable Onslaught is just going to get this Sion out of dodge. Like a little race car. He's pretty much uncatchable. We do have Drake coming up here in 20 seconds. With the gold lead that Femboys had, I would be surprised if they try to contest this. With the exception of a pick onto this Ahri, I think it's going to be really, really hard to play. And of course, you still have Paranoia, you still have great setup. We already seen them in one fight, what that looked like. Let's see if they try to keep the Sion from being in the fight. He doesn't have TP, so he's going to just try to walk down. Looks like they're aware of that. He's actually walking right into the bot lane. No, he has no flash yet. He's coming off cooldown very, very shortly. He should be able to flash out of this, though. He might just give his life for the Drake play. Oh, he's going to try to flash to live, but I don't think it's going to matter. He's going to fall eventually, but he's making so much time, which is the biggest thing here. So the Drake is going to be taken for a shutdown, going over to his hen. Let's see what Mr. Buford can do with that. Meanwhile, COT's got to be wary of a possible dive, as he is backing away. Rift Herald is going to be spawned. The Rift Herald is doing things. Oh, nice CC there. The layering was beautiful. Here comes the Ahri Inferno, though. This might be a bit of a mistake. They do go on the Ahri, but I think Ashes will have a way out. The Fear's not going to go off, but I don't think it's better because the Pantheon is going to get walled off. But that also means you're going to wall off this Nocturne. Here comes a TP from the Scion. They want to be very careful. Oh, the nice CC layering there onto the Ari, but here comes the Skyfall. What can they do? Waynegard is so big. Nocturne's going to fall first. No, he flashes away. The Chains of Corruption going to land on all 4 members. As Mac finds a beautiful setup, the Egg going to go into resurrecting here, but I think he should fall under the turret still. He does, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 so far. But here's Mr. Buffa trying to pop off here. He's on top of Inferno. It's going to be a shutdown. And what a fight here for the side of Mapogo. Starting off with a pick on the Ashes is going to lead to at least 4 kills. Maybe make that 5. As yes, Waynegard is going to trade at least 1 back so far. Next has got to be careful. This fight's gone on so long. Ashes actually respawn. Can they actually chop this guy down? I'm not sure. They're going to land some CC. It's going to be a beautiful ult here coming out of the Nico, but it's just not enough to get the kill. Waynegard going into passive, trying to chop somebody down, and Ashes just comes back in just to die. What a fight. Oh my goodness. And so much gold. Get back here for the side of Mapogo, who now cut this lead to nearly 3K. I don't think Mr. Buffa is going to have time to really take down this turret. The Pantheon is in the area. Looks like he's not going to stop him, so I think Mr. Buffa might just end up dying for this, but I think getting gold back is pretty good for the team. Not great for tempo, though. Charm's actually going to miss, but I just don't think it's going to matter. Doesn't have much he can do. And yeah, there he goes. Falling to this Ari. But, yeah, 3.5K is the gold now, so they found their way back into the game. Waynegard looking for a play. They're actually sending Ashes up as well, but I think this Anivia is going to walk out. Oh, nice charm there. Good Nocturne. And they're going to start up Baron, and Len's got no way to get in. He's going to end up getting chopped down by Inferno. Yeah, that's going to be a kill. A bit of a misstep, not respecting the Baron start. Now, Mr. Buffa has come. Let's see what they can do here. He's going to find his way in. I do think it's going to fall. That's a beautiful encore. Going to hit 4 members. 2 automatically falling. Can Mr. Buffa get into his GA? He is in his GA. King of Nothing is going to die. It's going to be a triple kill for Mr. Buffa. Inferno now trying to turn it. You see, Mr. Buffa says, no, give me the quadra kill. And oh my goodness, Nexus, you are a god. Oh, and they actually were able to CC up Inferno. Nice charm. Go on to CLT. They're going to force out the Spirit Rush. Q isn't going to land, but he's got a massive shield, so they should be able to take down this bird. As much damage as he has is not going to be enough. That just means they should be able to break this mid turret. What a huge turning point. The Nocturne gets punished. They want to start the Baron. And just, what a play from both Mr. Buffa and Nexus. And all of a sudden, folks, we definitely got ourselves a League of Legends game. This might be a while before this one ends. Ping's going down. We got Drake spawning right now. Baron's still on Inferno, which is pretty big. Looks like they're trying to set up a play here onto the Hen. But there's no opportunity, so they're just going to use another beautiful engage. These encores are just too much. Skyfall is going to come in, but I don't think it's going to matter. We talked about this before, how King of Nothing can certainly get here late into plays. Pantheon's going to fall next. Inferno just trying to get off some pop-off resets. He does at least get a single kill. But now he's got to try to run for his life. I don't think he has any more charges here on the Spirit Rush. Now he's just trying to help this Scion who's going to be CC'd up. Nice charm, but I don't think it's going to matter. He did have one more in the tank. But down goes Waynegard. Yes, the Baron still stands. But he could certainly just push down the mid lane. Here we go. Beautiful usage of the Paranoia. These Encores have been absolutely insane on top of the Nocturne alts. And another turret is going to fall. Let's see if they try to go for this Drake. Of course, Pantheon is going to be up soon, so they might just reset here. But basically, the Baron is going to end up getting nearly no usage. They actually do want to hit this. Or at least they want to play for some sort of setup. Mind you, Pantheon is up. There is X gates available. This could be a bit of an overstep. Nice charm, but that's not going to matter because the Ash Arrow is just better. Inferno going to go golden. The Spirit Wedge was back up, but it's going to be too much. He does get out, though. Just barely edging away. Never mind. Paranoia is going to be too much, but does that mean the Drake gets sacrificed? I think it's going to. No, Led gets her back in time to smite. But it's actually secured here by Tanglefish. And 3 Drakes here from Mapogo, who now also have a 1K gold lead going into 25 minutes into this game. I haven't really discussed how hard people scale, but looking how these team fights have been going, I think the scaling advantage might be in Mapogo's favor. Especially with this Varus being lethality Varus is what he's opted for. Really, what's the scaling right now for them? Scion. He's already level 16. He's only so much stronger he's going to get. A couple more levels and it's basically max strength. Does have a lot of HP though. How much HP does he got right now? He's got almost 5K. He is a tanky boy. Decimating smash. You see that Pantheon trying to set up her play. They're going to use the ulti here. With the onslaught's not going to catch anybody. Kind of short-changed it. And now, I don't think this Scion is going to live. He gets a crazy decimating smash on the 4 members. But this is not a full AD Scion. He does give the team tempo, though, which allows him to push into the mid lane. So that is a positive. They're actually moving his 5 members. They're interestingly not pushing that wave. That is the clone. So now that means Ari gets to take a bot turret for free. And they get nothing for this Ash Arrow. So really, really well done there by Ashes to kind of debate that out. And gold is now all even, 52 to 52. Got Baron at 8 seconds. I think it's kind of a giveaway. That's not Angel Boy. Here comes the onslaught here. Going to be used. They're just trying to get a setup as Inferno is going in. They're going to use the Skyfall. It's going to be a nice charm here on Inferno, but I don't think they have the damage. His Nexus is going to be the focus. He's going to die here to the side. Never mind, he's not. He's living, but that's not the problem. As Led's going to fall, Pop-Offson is not going to land on Mr. Buffa, but they actually take the first charge and take down the jungler. And without Encore, without the setup here, no jungler, what is it going to be? They still have this Anivia up. It'd be really good for clearing waves. So it doesn't look like they're going to look on a Baron. But some big cooldowns used. Every single ultimate used on the side of Femboys. Ash Arrow's back up. Paranoia will be up as soon as his Pantheon does arrive. They are putting pings here onto the Hen. But they're just going to start up the Baron. Mind you, there's a bit of a timer difference here. Baron will be taken. Drake is up in a minute. Let's see what they decide to do. Will they contest this Baron or will they give it and just fight for soul? Nocturne is trying to get there, but I don't think he's going to make it in time. It's down to under 4K. There it is. Smite going down. Baron secured. Well done by the side of Femboys to get that pick. Get themselves a Baron. Hopefully set themselves up for success on to this Drake. Again, this is Soul for Mapogo. So Cyan is pushing top. He does have his TP. Here comes TP from the Ahri. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a Cyan. My apologies. Just going to make sure to be there with team on time. He's not going to mess around with that top wave. He's already got it established. He is pushing in. Mid wave gets secured. He just got a big shield, so he's not going to start taking damage right away. There's another one of those Cyan shields. Of course, they want to play this pretty smart here. All right, they're going to go in. So first they're going in onto Ashes, but another beautiful encore, but it doesn't matter. Led's actually falling, but Mr. Bufa's found his way to the back line. Pantheon's going to be next. Ashes is going to be the focus. He drops down here to Mr. Bufa. They're turning on a Wayne Grod. You might be tanky, but not tanky enough. Eventually, you will be chopped down. And there's the flash from CLT. They're like, nah, Cyan, you're not living. Or maybe he is. Eventually? Will he die? All right, Nexus is going to get the kill. That means Soul is up. Can they push here? Inferno left standing, the only one with Baron once again. Looks like they're going to just go ahead and turn onto the Soul. We know this lasts forever. Oh, he's just going to be pushing the mid lane. Try to break this mid lane turret. I think she should be able to. She does. Oh, Ashero almost clipping her. That would have been very, very bad for the game. This side of Femboys, as they already are dire straits at this point. Down the Soul. Alright, they're going to go here on a Tinglefish. Tinglefish does not have his flash. Vanguard does not land it, which is pretty big. They're going to look for another engage. Beautiful pop loss from here on the Nexus, but he already did his job as the Encore is going to come out. Even if he falls, it doesn't matter, but he flashes away. 3 dead. Asher coming out, just missing here onto Inferno, but he's forced out the Spirit Rush, which means he will not have it as they start to push down the mid lane. Baron also has fallen off, so there's nothing stopping this push. Yes, Tinglefish doesn't have mana, but I don't think it matters. You have to try to get through this tanky Scion to maybe try to attempt to play here on the Nexus. Charm is going to land on Mr. Booba, but I don't think that's the target you truly want. Led ends up surviving, and Engage here on Inferno is going to fall. And now the question is that going to be the game? 10 seconds on the bot lane of Femboys. The lane turret is going to fall onto the inhibitor. 5 seconds left on Angel Boy. Does he have the damage in him? I do not believe so, as he is spawning. Mr. Booba taking the turret. Turret 1's going to fall. Onto the turret 2. They're just going to go in there with the paranoia. Make Angel Boy's life so hard to play. He is going to fall. There goes Ashes right back into the fountain. Yes, you take down this Nocturne, but it doesn't matter, King of Nothing, as your base is going to be wrecked, and so are you. Flash in there just to try to kill Nexus, and GG. Game 1 going over to Mapogo, and what a fun game we had. He tried to be Hercules, but he cannot be Hercules on this day. What an exciting, really exciting first game. All right. Well, let's see. Let's go ahead and see what's going on in game 2 here. I'm going to take a quick step away here. If draft does start, I will have it open for you guys. Just Gonna just take a moment, throw in some music. I'll let you guys watch draft. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. We're still waiting on draft start. Changes for this one. It looks like red side is going to be Femboys this time, so that means Mapogo is going to get blue. Actually, I'm going to check who had home and away in this game. Let's see. Right here. So Femboys did have home, so they actually chose blue in game one. Okay. I am curious what they're going to do here to switch it up on the side of Femboys, but I am also curious on Mapogo because Nivea is out. I know that's one of CLT's strongest champions, so certainly I'm curious where they're going to switch off here. I think one of them that last game was high pick potential and just really, really nice team fight setup afterwards with the encore. So it'll be very interesting if they go for something similar. Meanwhile, the bans so far are staying the same. Bard once again, as well as the Viego from Mapogo. It was Mapogo Coalition who won game one. Drop word. Really, really fun first game. Very close. Femboys had a lead for a good chunk of it, but just some really, really nice setups from the Nocturne Ari, and a bit of a Baron misstep from Femboys caused Mapogo to get back into the game. And then it was just who had one fight better and Soul. And that was Mapogo who did. Yeah, Yeah, we're keeping in the same bands, I think. See if this R3 is something different from Femboys. What did they ban the first time? Cho'Gath. Okay. They stick with the Cho'Gath. They just changed up the order, but they stuck with the Cho'Gath. So what is Mapogo going to choose here for B1? Usually this is jungle or AD carry pickup if there's not something, OP available. I think Orianna's not the safest B1 pick, but I do think she's kind of broken right now, so she could definitely be a possible pickup if CLT plays it. Trying to think what else is OP. Yeah, that's probably OP. In CLT we trust. Yes, we love us some CLT. And Bessa. So then Bessa's going to be the lock in here. So Renekton is going to be the counter to that. Now, I don't know if they play a jungle, but technically Mbessa is a flex pick as of right now. As far as this matchup goes, Renekton wins like a good chunk of the game, but eventually Mbessa does outscale. But it's hard to get there because Renekton pretty much makes your life impossible to play. I feel like they're going to lock in Smolder. I know how much this guy loves Smolder. Just lock it in, guys. No, they go with the Ezreal. Alright. Ezreal's a pretty good pickup here. A lot of self-pill with his E. Also is not the easiest for Mbessa to stick to. So already making the Mbessa's life hard, which I really like out of Femboys draft here. Kind of targeting this pick. Ornn going to be the next pickup. So that is an Mbessa jungle, by the way. And a Nami. That's actually pretty strong, too. Yeah, Nami's kind of gross. They better without their normal mid laner. Are we referring to Femboys or Mapogo? Because both don't have the normal mid laner right now. Karma, okay. So Karma, funny enough, that champion is undefeated right now in the league. I think she's 3-0. I could double check those stats while we're in champ select, but yeah, she's kind of strong right now. I think not horrible into something like Nami. I think it's actually pretty good in terms of her Mantra Q poke. Nami does have some counterplay though, but trying to stick to this Ezreal right now is looking pretty difficult for Mapogo, which is making me wonder what they're going to pull out here in the mid lane and or AD carry here. But really, it's got to come from mid lane at this point to really glue to this guy. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I guess anything's possible, right? Maybe Sam Ladd go into retirement. CLT new mid laner for Mapogo. News break. All right, so a little different bans here on the second set of bans for both teams. Locking in the Lucian and Inara bans from Femboys, trying to keep those out of Tanglefish's hands. And then the Syndra still banned away on Mapogo's side, but they're going to opt in for a Rise, which means the Ori is open. So either they're trying to debate the Ori out right now, or they want to play the Ori. One of the two. That's my guess. And so Ori's not coming out. I expect a lock in right here. I think Ori plus Mbessa is pretty gross if she gets into the back line. And Poppy can make this Mbessa's life hard also. But again, like there's only so much you can do to make it like that difficult. You can mess her up a little bit, but it's not like a hard counter. I think that the Renekton is more in that line of duty. Oh, is this you, Sam Lad? Did you? If this is you, you need to like change the name because that is so confusing. Yeah, there's the Oriana pick. So I do like where Mapogo is going with the draft. I think they got three great power picks. Here for Femboys, though, the Renekton is obviously super strong at the moment. I do love the pickup. It's really good into Mbessa. It's certainly not bad into Ornn. Got great flank potential. Um, and locking in the Akali, I think that's a pretty tough matchup for Ori. But it is playable. I'm pretty concerned though. There's not a lot of CC. Like she can run away with this game. Like the bubbles have to be immaculate, the waves have to be immaculate to even play. So the Akali is my kind of my X factor right now on Femboys draft. I know I said Ezreal, it's hard to stick to him, which is true, but if you kill everything around him and as long as you have the HP, he just does nothing at that point. But yeah, I'm a little worried. This Akali might run the game. See how it goes. All right, we're in champs. So let me check this out real quick. Let's take a peek here at Karma. Where's she at? She had 3 wins. Let's just go Karma. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, undefeated. Look at that. Gross. Really, really gross. Got 60 assists in 3 games, guys. Shit, it's broken. My goodness. Alright. Let's go ahead and get into champ select, shall we? We talk about how much better. I thought he was on a weekend getaway, man. I think he should enjoy his weekend getaway. That's what I think. Not worry about League of Legends. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and run us an ad real quick, guys, and I will return after the ad.
As a business owner, keeping track of payments feels like racing. Every invoice a hurdle, every deposit a sprint. Woo!
Then let BMO be your coach. Their bankers know how businesses run and how to help them win.
So my business can finally make the podium?
Exactly. With tools that can help keep your cash flowing, payments on track, and your business moving forward without breaking a sweat.
Go for gold with a bank that runs at your
turn this
pace.
thing
Learn more at
Spotify off, sorry, guys.
bmo.com/businessbanking. Banking products are subject to approval and are provided in...
Nobody wants to hear your ad. We are into game 2. Yeah, make this so those are permanently on. That's the annoying thing.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Can Femboys pull this to a game 3, or does Mapogo have it in them? It's really funny because last week our first 3 games were 2-0s, and then our next 2 were full 3-game series. And ironically, pretty much all the teams that had 3-game series are playing these games today. So I feel like trending wise, it should be we should be going to game 3, but we'll let it play out. The champion that lays down the hammer, let me tell you guys. Mr. Cooper, stop it, man. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, if he solo kills here, I was going to be so upset. Alright, nice kill from Wingrad. Ignite coming down. Laying down the law here on the Renekton. Poppy looking for a player on the lead. Oh, does have the smite. Ashe is coming in to help. Going to be a nice stun into the wall. Ashe is going to be here. Q Matra is going to do so much damage. Does mean that there's no flash. Honest and Bessa. Oh, Inferno getting a lot of damage now. Seals Ew! Solo Bolo in the mid lane. Trying to kind of move in, put himself in a really weird spot. Ends up getting completely obliterated there. That does mean that Poppy going to get double scuttle. So a pretty substantial lead early on for the jungle, top, and mid lane of Femboys. Let's see if Tinglefish and Nexus can kind of do what they did last game and get some advantages. Oh no, Mr. Bufa in a really bad spot. Doing nothing, kind of doing exactly what he did last game. Ganking the top side of the map. Another kill here. Oh my goodness, CLT is struggling to even play the game. And Inferno has such a great wave state. Ooh, a nice cancel there in the bot side of the map. So at 4 minutes, already up 1.2k. Oh, CLT running for his life, forced to burn the flash. You want to step up there. Another Q is going to do it. The exhaust will come down on Inferno, though. CLT trying to bait it, but he can't do it. Just barely living. The minion not being enough to kill Inferno with the pot ticking. A nice solo bolo once again here out of the Sakali. When you get a 6, have a huge advantage over this Orianna. Up 12 CS, 2 kills, and 2 levels. Plus some advantage. Kind of looking like an Inferno might just take this game over. Gonna see what happens, but I'm a little worried. Interestingly enough, Poppy isn't going to look to start this Drake.
Yeah.
Now let's see if Red does. I think it would be really smart considering how far behind they are on top side of the map, being able to get Drakes, being able to play the game. Orin is in a really bad spot. No W. Renekton has his dominance. Mr. Booba still doesn't have anything up. It's going to be a nice knockup. Oh, yeah, please wait. Ground gets the kill. He's going to get the level up. King of Nothing does not have the damage for this kill. Oh, well played there. Usage of the W. But, man, what a play for Mr. Boofa to outplay that. Play I feel like that play might have saved the game a little bit because the early game was going so bad for Mapogo, and now Led gets to get his level 6. He's actually got a level up out on the Poppy, which is kind of nice, and a Drake, so it kind of stabilizes the game a little bit. Again, Inferno's still a massive problem already. He shows up to any of these fights at neutrals will be a problem. Ignite back up for this Renekton, so he's going to be bullying this guy up a bit. Oh, Tanglefish, got to be careful. Going to get rooted. He does pop the barrier. The heal going to come out of Ashes. Oh, Angel Boy doing so much damage here. Tango's got to be very careful. He might just end up falling. We're going to be using sums. Bit of a sum trade, but that's about it. Does mean Tango has to reset. Also, Angel Boy with the lethal tempo. I think that's really, really strong on Ezreal right now. Oh, Inferno looking for a solo bolo. Gonna ult in. Gets the kill before the shockwave goes off. If that shockwave went off, that would have been a kill. But it's just enough. Meanwhile, top line, they're trying to set up a play. Now, Dominus is coming back up, plus Ignite. I mean, he can certainly burst here, but here comes the public execution coming out, but there's so much damage. Raingrod with the Ignite, forcing him out. Both top laners now getting the shine. Raingrod's going to look for the dive with a flash under the turret. He's going to get it! Double kill from this Renekton. I have to believe if they had a little more HP on the Orin, that maybe it was playable, but I think it's such a risky setup, and all of a sudden, once again, this game right back to something so bad. The side of Femboys, but Ashes is burning the flash. Here comes the wave. Isn't going to connect, but it's not going to matter as the Karma does go down. So the bot lane doing very well for themselves, getting a kill. The farm is even. But most importantly, Quirky getting gold is always a nice thing. I mean, how does CLT even play the game anymore? He literally can't. Nothing with this Eclipse, man. This Orin, he can't even play the game right now. Kind of sucks you're stuck in these lanes to get your quest. Because I'm certain, I feel like both mid lane and, oh, they get tagged by the E. Does get the exhaust off in time. Will that be enough to get the kill? Just barely a knot. Now, Mbessa has arrived. He does have his flash. Gonna try to look for a flash play. But Akali does have her ult. She's gonna turn back with the ulti here. Remember, he just straight up killed it. No, the Q's gonna land for the shutdown. Well played here on the Mbessa. Kind of get something back. pinging topside. They want to dive this Ornn once again. Dominus is up. He's just trying to clear the wave. Unfortunately, he's not able to clear it in time, and this time I don't think he has any outplay potential. He's going to just CC'd up, locked down, and the kill is going to go over. Oh, TP in, coming in from the Akali. Tanglefish looking to fight. He knows he's pretty much dead. Shield's going to come down to keep him safe. It's absolutely too much. The only positive, they haven't started up Grubs yet, but they're going to be there first with their support. Quest completed on the top side of the map. Oh, Led. You don't want to be there, man. He's going to try to run. Looks like he's ready to get out, but it takes his entire HP bar to do it. So that should be all six, I'm sorry, all 3 Grubs. This is last season. All 3 Grubs going over, but the Drake is up. The Poppy's actually going to leave one up. They want to contest this Drake. They do not want to allow them to have the Drake stacking. She does have her ult, so with the Akali moving with ult also coming up, it's going to be very difficult to make any sort of plays here. They want to set up a bit of a death bush here. Maybe it works. Maybe they can catch out Ashes walking on the ward. You see ping, so they don't look for anything. So really, really smart play here from Poppy to make sure that there's no Drake stacking advantage. And look at this goal lead here, 12 minutes. About 4K. Really separating these teams. Wayne grab with a nice little trade. That 2-level difference is making it very hard for him to play. Oh, the Eclipse coming down, the Ignite. It's so much weight. Can he pull it back? He's going to try to Ornn Horn, but he's going to die with the Ignite minions. It's just too much. This Renekton is getting completely out of hand as top turret is going to fall. Ooh, nice dodge here. Wayne Grott's like, I'll just go execute. Oh, another E here. Let's see, just 1 Q is near his entire HP bar. Led's trying to run away. Akali's got the angle. The W, I don't think it's going to matter. Meanwhile, bot lane's fighting. Ashes is going to die to the Q. A little bit of a positive. Comes out the ult. Oh. Shield's going to come down, but Akali has arrived, picking up at least 1. Don't think she can get a second. I feel like that's just a little disrespectful. You know your mid laner got reset. Like, there's no world you even attempt to fight that back. You just walk away through life. It's kind of the goal. What qualifies as Midwest? Illinois, Minnesota, Iowa, Michigan, Indiana, Kansas, Missouri. Those states. But we're not only about. You don't have to be from the Midwest to play in the league. You could be from anywhere in the U.S. Or if you'd like to play from places like Canada or Mexico, any of those places, feel free to join up. If that's what's the question is kind of coming from. And I definitely didn't name all the states. Ohio would be in there too. CLT, luckily he has his second shield, so he isn't going to die. Tanglefish doing a lot of damage, but he's taking a lot of damage back. Angel Boy trying to turn it. They're trying to make this play here. A little aggressive. Oh! The burst there on the Ashes. Oh, but here comes the True Shot Barrage, nearly picking off Tanglefish. What was that damage? Did he just get a crit? Was that a crit? Like, what was that? All the eggs are in the Quirky basket right now. If they can keep Quirky safe, there is certainly a chance for the side of Mapogo. but it's going to be hard to do so. Mr. Buffa walking in a bad spot is going to get CC'd up, locked down. They're just going to dive this guy for free. There's no chance of stopping that. So there's a lot of shutdowns in the map. Ezreal actually has a shutdown right now, which is a little interesting. Is the farm and XP are pretty similar. There's a 100 goal shutdown, 250 for this Poppy, and 300 for this Renekton. And somehow Kali doesn't have a shutdown. What is Riot's system, man? I gotcha. Yeah, it's anything in the middle of the country, pretty much. Oh, Wainwright just flashing and he wants to play public. Actually, really come down. Unfortunately, the shutdown goes over to Nexus on this Nami. Not something you want. Inferno's trying to turn it back. There's so much damage. Nice flash away. Doesn't land the Q. Here comes the Ornn. Mr. Buffa picks up a kill. Now King of Nothing trying to run. Nice W. Grounds him out. Meanwhile, Ezreal picks up some gold for himself on the bot side. But man, what a turn from Wainwright to make that what ends up being a 1-for-2. And now Poppy. It's like, hey, we're not giving him this, right? I have my ult. We are strong. Ooh, Nexus running away from Tangofish. And he's just going to get shut down for that play. Ooh, and Tango's going to take so much damage. Nearly dropping himself. Angel Boy kind of having a field day in the bot side of the map. He was trying to bait him out, but he gets punished for the bait. Oh, and here comes the Herald. CLT, you have to run, buddy. Does he get CC'd into the wall? But a nice ult from King of Nothing. He's going to lock up multiple members. Nice shockwave, though. Will he be able to turn it back? It does. CLT is living. He might die in the end, but he's kiting out so beautifully well. So much healing, though. Dashing in to this Croc. A bit of a mistake. And it's going to be a triple kill for Waingrod. They almost turned it back. I think the Valkyrie in from Tango was a bit of a mistake. I don't think they can kill this guy, by the way. I'm going to try to use the Nami wave. They really want to try to shut him down. Maybe they can. Okay, they can. Shut down for Mr. Buffa. Has to exalt his flash to do so. Kind of wild. So this gold lead has been kind of staying around this 3 to 4K mark for a while now. That is one positive for the side of Mapogo. They're keeping the game in arm's reach. Problem is they're losing another Drake. That win con is not going to be there this game. They're going to have to try their best to scale. Maybe get a Baron at some point to stall out the game. Or get a lucky steal on some point. And you imagine a Poppy with Cloud Soul and a Karma. Ooh. So they're gonna send Orianna to try to match. I think in terms of the wave clear, Ori should be okay, but she's gonna be very careful. If she ever gets too close to this Renekton, I mean, he can certainly burst her out. I mean, he's gonna look for a play here. I mean, that's gonna be a lot of damage. He does trade some back there, but still got his Fury up. Oh, Inferno looking for a play. The bubble does miss. He doesn't fall immediately, but he does get the kill in the end. Super, super well played there by Inferno to pick that kill up. And that was part of my fears. Kali just kind of do whatever she wants. Oh, they're going to look for a dive. Exhaust going to come out here on a Wainwright. A flash in there from CLT! Goal's golden! What a play! King of Nothing is going to come here and pick up the kill, though, unfortunately. But, man, what a setup. Meanwhile, I don't know what happened to the Ornn, but he didn't get off his All the Forge God. And, nice knockup. I don't think they have the damage there for Angel Boy, though. He's going to be able to kill, maybe 2. Nice bubble. Does trade it back at least. But it's going to be a 1 for 2 in favor of Angel Boy getting more kills on this Ezreal. Inferno's going to take the bot turret. And this lead is just growing bigger and bigger. Some insane plays. I really don't know what they can do at this point on the side of Mapogo. I'm trying to figure out in my head. Led, that's not your jungle, buddy. You're dead. Oh, he flashes away. Maybe he can live. Poppy W. The ult come out. Misses the public execution, but he is able to run away because of the W. The bubble nearly lands. I can't speak. So much happening. I want to say that the public execution lands. The colleague does die, but holy moly. Frono just being an absolute menace. So now Baron's up. Now we've seen Femboys twice in this series not be afraid to just go straight for the Baron. And it looks like they're going to do a similar thing here. No, actually, they're going to look on Orin first. Mr. Boofa, with the tank gone, that's certainly going to be a Baron attempt. Question is, how long does it take them to kill him? That could matter. Pretty tanky, but I don't think he's tanky enough. And yeah, that Orin's going to fall. Ash is picking up the kill on this Karma. It looks like they're not going to attempt any Baron shenanigans here. Just play for some gold. Let's see. Let's going to get some on the bot side of the map here. I do like that play. But Baron down almost 6k. It's very difficult to play. I'm trying to set up a death bush here onto the Akali. He's got a lot of ways to get out. King of Nothing. He's going to stun Led up into the wall here. There's actually a lot of damage. The ult's going to miss. He does end up falling. A bit of a misstep from the Poppy. Could slow down the Baron play here. Of course, there's still a scary Croc and a scary Akali. And for that matter, a scary Ezreal on the map. But it does limit what you can do. Oh, CLT, don't do it. Don't do it! He's going to check, but I don't think it's going to matter. He's going to fall. Oh, wait, public execution. Wait, the layering the CC. Will it be enough? Inferno does drop. Leg gets the kill. Ashes, you are gone for as well. Wait a second. CLT was just the bait. Beautifully done. Angel Boy now setting up in the bush. Kind of just poke them out, but he is forced to run away. And Mr. Boof is here to be a massive tank. Now Drake is going to spawn in 4 seconds. Poppy is on the map. Is no ult though. They're going to start this up. This Crocodile can certainly create a lot of space. There is a shockwave available as well from CLT. True Shot Barrage is going to go through the hearts of most of them. This is going to be a flip. King of Nothing's going to find his way in. Who's going to get it? Going to be secured by King of Nothing, but the shockwave is used into the Call of the Forge God, but it's not going to land and get all the damage off. Wayngrod now running for his life. Angel Boy should be able to get away with his E. He's kind of edging it out a little bit right now. He does have his flash. He's going to flash away. Tinglefish doesn't have the damage. Angel Boy playing this thing phenomenally. The knockup is going to be there. The W doesn't land the E. Oh, the Q, it's enough. Angel Boy is going to fall, but the Drake was secured. Inferno has TP'd in. Here he comes, going to E over the wall. This could be a beautiful play set up from him. They do not have the CC that they need. What is it going to look like? They got to be wary of this Kali. Bubble actually is going to land. It's also going to come down. They're going to lock him up initially, but he's going to use the ult. The wave's going to come in. Does he get the damage? Nice. Zanya's here. Tinglefish does trade one back. Oh my goodness. These fights are so close. But most importantly, Soul Point was secured again by King of Nothing. What a beautiful smite. Baron will be on the map in about 3 minutes and 40 seconds. They still have Baron currently. Don't think they're going to get much more use out of it though. And the timer on Drake and Baron is about 20-second difference. So you got to think that when those come up, Mapogo is going to have to make a decision on how they want to play. They either have to send a Baron right away in hopes of forcing a fight or burning it, or they're going to have to just play for the soul. But either which way, there's a chance they could flip the other on the side of Femboys. there goes the Baron falling off. Orange starting to actually kind of trade back into the Renekton. No more Fury. Here comes the public execution. It's going to Lab. He does have his Dominus. It's going to be a lot of damage. Ignite is not up, though. Can they turn it back? The shield was pretty big. I do think a 1-for-1 there is actually not bad if you're Coalition. You're kind of happy with that. The Croc is off the map. Your Investo doesn't provide as much except damage. So I think you're okay with that play. Ooh, they're going to try to look here to get Mr. Bufo caught out. Mantra Q is going to miss. Corki is on the way. Decent use for the W. Mr. Bufo is pretty tanky. All the 4 guys are going to come down. They're going to turn on to Angel Boy. It's going to land, and there's a beautiful wave layered on top of it. And good night to the bot lane. Good night to the Poppy. And oh my goodness, a bit of a misstep here by Femboys. Well, I thought a great advantage on the map overall. And now this top turn is going to be the focus. Gold is coming back. We saw this in game 1. We saw Femboys make similar mistakes. Gold lead is going to start to even out as this top turret does fall. It's taking them a while, and they're slapping it. And there it goes. So we have ourselves an even game, but they want this fight. There is no Call of the Forge God. There is no Tsunami. Nice blue ward. They're probably going to turn into the Tsunami right away. Not going to get the damage the knock, but they do have a lot of damage. Tanglefish trying to fight it out. He's got a big tank in front of him. My goodness, so much damage. Gets the kill. Can he turn it back? Oh, Tango! Going get 2 kills for himself. True Shot Barrage comes in to snipe him out. Oh my goodness, living with like 0 HP. Absolutely insane. So the solo laners, yeah, they're huge, they're big, but so is this Corki. He's got the upgraded Essence Reaver. Now Led trying to run here. King of Nothing does have the level advantage, but looks like they're going to call that play off smartly enough. So now we got Baron in 40 seconds, Soul in a minute. What is Mapogo going to do? They are only going to continue to scale with this Corki pick. And Ornn items coming in. As of right now, we have 3 Ornn items completed, I think. Or is it just 2? I think it's just 2. Yes, it is. We're taking a little bit of poke. Let's have some heal though. Public execution here onto Ashes. Ashes forced to flash away. It is a big cooldown used, but I think you're going to take that to get the Karma into a bad situation. See Wayngrod now. He's just literally trying to draw pressure. Going to drop the Dominance just to clear the wave. Does drop it early, but the rest of the team is responding. Now Baron is going to be the focus here. So he's basically just being a distraction for the team. He does have his flash, so he can play it out, but he's just going to fall. So much damage, so much burst. Meanwhile, we do see mid lane being shoved in there by the Akali. So it looks like they're going to possibly trade Soul for this. No, they're actually resetting. They're sending CLT back to try to defend the mid turret as Baron is going to drop. So we see their decision. Is it going to pay dividends? This mid turret is falling pretty quickly. CLT isn't going to get tagged, but they're on the way to try to catch onto this Akali. She's got no E to run away. Nice knock-up. Where'd she go? I do not know. Both Soul Laners dead, and this is, again, reminiscent of Game 1. Right back in a situation that now I'm wondering if Mapogo can lose. I think there's still a chance, but we haven't seen a full team fight from Femboys pretty much this entire game. Now here's the focus onto the mid turret. It's going to fall pretty quickly. There's a lot of damage coming out of this Corki, but luckily Ezreal has enough wave clear with the True Shot Barrage. And there we go. So we do have now a third Ornn item in. It's going to be the Zanyas for the Orianna. This is a little ways away, but I think it does matter. Unless some weird stuff happens in the next about minute to 2 minutes. Baron is going to spawn minutes after the Drake. So now there's actually a pretty substantial difference in time. So the Drake certainly will be a team fight this time around, I expect. And the Poppy All can always make it unfair, right? Knock somebody out of the fight. That is here, but they do have that ward is going to be spotted out. Wayne God kind of sitting off to the side. But they have a ward on him as well, so both flangers are going to be spotted out. And here we go. We might get ourselves our first 5v5 setup, possibly. But not pushing out side lanes at all on the side of Femboys. The Kali is set up here in the jungle. Just wants to find herself a pick. It looks like, at least this time, they're going to play pretty smart. Not get themselves caught out. The Mbessa now has her Axiom arc completed by Ornn. So another Ornn item coming through. In fact, all Ornn items are now through, as the Imperial Mandate was done for the fish. So they are pretty much fully scaled. Oh, Inferno looking for that pick. Gonna find CLT. He does have the zombies and the exhaust. Gonna drop the shockwave. Nice usage to go golden here. Has a team coming to back him up, but it's gonna be a trade for mid laners. I don't know how much you really love that, as Baron should fall off here in a moment. And there it goes. Oh, Wayne Grad, he's like, hey, I'm here too. I think the most important thing burned there was the exhaust, though, so CLT will not have that up for this Drake fight, I believe. And no flash. King of Nothing has to be careful here. He does use the W to get himself into safety. Alright, so it's going to be level 18 now for this Ornn. The Renekton coming close to his level 20, which will pretty much be his last spike of the game, I'd say. Getting any stronger there in levels, and there's really not many items I can see him building that are going to make him any more OP than he already was. Oh, maybe if he goes to GA, it will. That looks like the angle he's going. Man, those rockets really hurt when they land. Nearly a quarter of Ezreal's HP was taken away off just one rocket. Empowered, I think, does it work empowered with the Nami as well? It's kind of gross if it does. So, big stuff here. Orianna, no flash, and that's it. No flash exhaust for this Drake. So she'll probably end up being the target. Ashes flashes back up on this Karma, so he should be pretty safe. Tango going to take a true shot of Braz right through the heart. Does have some healing. Inferno's going to get spotted behind them. Oh no, and Mbessa's not in a great spot. I mean, does look for the public execution. The Call for Forge coming out into Ashes. He is going to drop. Ezreal going to get tagged here with the Call to Forge as well. So he'll be pushed out. So that's a big pick. No shields available, but no public execution. No. All the Forge God. The only tool to defend them now is going to be that wave. How do they want to play it? Poppy can still make this fight unfair. Dominus has already been used on the backside. They're going to look on the King of Nothing. He's going to take a decent amount of damage. True shot across the wall. Then made it big! Here, engage! Immediately dropping, but King of Nothing is still alive, but he's going to fall. Who is going to be able to turn this? Lead. Can you be the hero that they need? It doesn't look like it. He's trying to fight. Maybe he can get the kill. He doesn't have the damage. He's going to fall. Wayne Crowd with beautiful engage. Just a triple kill. They're going to look for the end. Forget about the soul. This is going to be GG, and we're going to be going to a game 3. What an absolute engage. Maybe there's a chance this game doesn't end because I was wrong once already this season, but I do think it should. Yeah, there's no way, right? Okay, yeah. They're going to get onto this Nexus here in a second. Tanglefish does spawn in 15. Maybe there's a small chance. There's some sliver hope. No way, right? Okay, no. We're going game 3. Wayne Grod tanking up the turret, making sure the minions can live. And that's going to be all she wrote. What a game. Beautiful flank there by the Renekton. It's what caused it. Tango did not see that coming at all. Yeah, no, absolutely hyped. Game 3s are always great. And here we are. So they're going to be jumping right into draft. So I'll get that open for you guys. Yeah, man, if you want to jump in for game 3, feel free, bro. Always welcome. Where do you do that? You can, are you not a part of the Discord? If you're part of the Midwest Discord, I am currently in a channel that says my name, James Eustace. I can change it to Caster for you. I thought it was Caster the whole time. Here. There you go. So feel free to hop in there. You just joined. I see you. Yes, yes. And you can hop right into my call. There you go.
Hello.
What's going on, Halfling? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. What should I call you? Sorry, I'm
Hairwiz.
Hairwiz. How's it going?
It's
You
going
sound
good.
fun.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
It's good
that.
to hear. I don't know. I just stumbled across you guys and always want to give back. I've been complaining that there's not enough regionality, like regional stuff going on. So I saw like, oh, LOLMidwest. I'm like, huh. I'm Minnesotan as hell. This sounds fun. So just want to give back a little bit.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, no, we're definitely a very small league. Nothing as huge as those big ones like Risen and such, but or Titan or any of those if you're familiar. But
Wow.
we're trying our best to grow.
That's okay. Huh. Well, I'm a little familiar with both of those. I could say that.
You wanna send me your your league name, and you can
You need
go.
me? Do you need me to get on the client?
I mean, yeah, I could stream mine for you. Would you like me to do that instead? I could stream it in
Nah, I'll
Discord.
hop on the client.
Okay.
I gotta update the game a little bit, but I'm not too out of the loop. I just haven't kept up with the in-game stuff.
Gotcha.
Because university and whatnot, and so I'm like, oh, I can cast to fill time, and now I'm here. Just give me a moment. Then with that, in the case, give me a quick little rundown, kind of what's happened so I can get caught up. Because I only caught like the second half of that game too.
Yeah, so
So
it's kind of been similar stories, I think, in both games. Game 1 was, once again, like solo lanes of Femboys having a lead. Then the bot lane was struggling there on the side of Femboys while Mapogo's AD carry got a substantial amount of gold. They fought back into the game. Mapogo eventually tied it up, but they had the Drake advantage, which was the big thing. So they were able to get sold, and that's pretty much how they won game 1. Game 2, you kind of see similar start, soul lanes popping off, and then you kind of saw the rest of it as we went. Mapogo got back in the game, and this time, without the Drake advantage, I think it mattered a little more, and that beautiful flank there at the end was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. They almost, Red Side I saw just almost kind of gave up a little bit at the end. They got caught out on kind of I'd say like a classic not challenger situation where you try to end, you mess up on an inhib, and you just kind of get ran down into the enemy jungle. So hopefully you can see them kind of shore up a little bit and kind of recover from those mistakes. But I think a thing I like to see, honestly, is the Cho'Gath ban specifically. It's a very big respect ban to anyone that can play a mid, anyone that can play a jungle and whatnot. So happy to see that. But the Jace flex, I think, is very interesting to see here.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Jace jungle in the league at all so far this split. I don't think we've even seen it once. Maybe we have, and I just don't remember. I think it's something that is stronger as you progress the series. So here in a game 3, I think it has value. Top lane, I don't really know if you want to play a top lane. I mean, he's got some matchups. So I think here, like the J4 pick can be really hard for something like him to play here. It's just easy to jump on the Jace, delete him out of the game. Immobile, of course, unless you count his Q as the dash that it is. It technically is a small dash.
I gotta accept the riot code of conduct and all that. There we go. All right, apologies. Should have you added.
You're good. I will get you into the game here. There you go.
Thank you. Oh, they changed the cursor and everything. Ooh.
Well, you've been out for a while, huh?
I have been out for a while, yeah. Probably November's about the last time I played anything not ARAM. And then I actually, hot take, I don't actually like ARAM Mayhem that much. Personally, I never really was a big fan of the augments, and so I kind of got chased away. And like every good League of Legends player, I just retired to an MMO and called it a day. But I'm not out of the loop at all here. The big thing, though, that no matter how in or out of the loop I am, is the Zyra and Misfortune counter is very timeless, if anything.
Yeah, the question is this well, it's not. Never mind. I looked at it. I was listening to you talk, and I was reading chat, and I'm looking here, and I'm like, wait, there's Arcana in front of my face. It's still technically a counter. It's not. Is it going to be as impactful here? I don't know, as a hard counter, but I do think it could be really obnoxious for Rakan to play. But there's also a world, because you talked about it. Maybe this is a Rakan jungle and a Jace mid. I mean, not Rakan jungle, Zyra jungle. My brain is going to Zyra jungle, Jace mid, Mordekaiser top. I'm just saying, it's possible. And Rakan jungle for the funds in the lulz now. So.
I mean, I'd take a Rakan mid if we're actually wanting to talk about serious cooks here, but
True.
I don't think anyone's going to be too brave to pull that in 3 here. So, well, and you can kind of see that with the mid lane bans, taking away the more reliable stuff. Your Syndra, your waves, stuff that can wave clear reliably, has good pick potential, because I can see that kind of starting to come up on the MC side there. They've got great pick. They've got very obvious team fight, but so far kind of lacking something a little more front to back. You don't really want to pick a tank into the Mordekaiser. You don't want to run your Scions, your Cassantes, and the Cho'Gath is gone, which I actually think is one of the better options in a Mordekaiser. You don't want to deal with that, so you're going to have to go something aggressive like this Kennen here. And now you're starting to look at your HP bars as MC, and I don't know. I'm liking this. I'm liking this Jace Zyra comp from the Femboys.
Yeah, no, it certainly work, but there's always that chance when you draft a kind of a wombo combo comp that you can get pretty messed up. Now, the Mordekaiser is big because he can take something like the Kennen out of the fight, maybe even the Rakan when they go for their engages. But good flank setups can certainly be hard for stuff like Zyra and Jace to play into. Even Janna, though, I think you could agree that her disengage is obviously pretty good.
And it's a fun pick to see more than anything else, um, because it's really strong. It's something that a lot of people do undervalue. A lot of people don't really want to kind of, strap in the ego and just run something that always has reliability and has utility here. Because I know if I'm playing Rakan, if I'm playing J4, and I see a Janna, I'm actually crying in the club. Genuinely walking out. I don't care if I paid to get in. Like it's a nightmare situation here. But then same thing kind of getting flipped on its face here, at least with MC looking to run that Talia, but swapping to the Lissandra here, still a good option. They've got phenomenal pick here.
Yep.
And they've got a great Wombo combo, like you mentioned earlier, but I see the Wombo starting, happening, everything lands, and if anything happens to this misfortune during bullet time, say like a stray NATO, a Mordekaiser flank, any sort of damage from Jason, they're just not gonna. MC's just not gonna have the damage here to really clean up a team fight.
Yep. 100%. Um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting between these two drafts. I wanted to respond to chat real quick before we get into champ select, and I run a quick ad. Um, I wanted to say to Cat Hands that I appreciate you loving the Midwest. And yeah, if anybody, any other casters who want to come and hang out, we're happy to have people in here. Um, and then yeah, Sam Lad, I think you might have to come back, man. You looks like the team might not be as good without you, buddy.
Shade is fun. I'm a big fan of Shade personally. Um, but kind of looking down this, I'm seeing I'm first timing it, so I'm gonna assume that's the Zyra
Can
getting
you move
brought into the
down
jungle.
to spectator for them,
Oh
please?
yeah, I'm in the wrong spot. I'm like, huh, why am I not going? But the the Zyra has the potential to be a very fast clear speed, and with the kind of crab changes that came up here with season 16, it's very important to be a fast clearing jungle, but on top of that, you also need to have HP. Fights do happen around these crabs. Bot lanes with priority do shine the most. But other than that, I still do like the presence of Zyra.
Yep.
But I think she did kind of fall out with a lot of the AP item changes. I feel like stuff like your Diana really just shines better in the jungle.
Agreed. With that said, I'm gonna run this 3 minute. You can still, of course, talk about the game. I'm just letting everybody know. So we're going to
Yeah.
put this on real quick.
They're
Otherwise,
kicking everybody out.
yeah, basically. Well, I definitely don't want anyone to have to be watching an ad while we're in the middle of a game. So
Of course, of course, of course. Hey, there it is. Mhm. I'm thinking hard.
thinking what you like. Yeah, I mean, I think both teams have potential here, and I think they've drafted pretty well in this whole series on both sides.
Mhm.
I don't think it's been a draft gap by no means. But like you said, the wombo combos are scary. When you're fully committed to a wombo combo, it has to work. So, watching that Mordekaiser and the Janna, kind of like I think the biggest two that stick out to me, um, of like, can they disrupt that? And if they're able to do so, then the extended fights I do think will favor Femboy side.
Yeah, I can 100% see that. I do kind of worry about this Irelia specifically, and is that going AD carry? Am I insane?
They kind of talked about it in chat. I don't remember what they said, but I'm pretty sure the Aurelia is top. I saw Wayne Grod's name, so should be Aurelia top. Um,
Zyra then?
I think it's.
Ooh,
I think it.
what?
I think it's. Dude, I don't even know. I saw it in the chat. I don't remember what they said.
I didn't read enough either. I don't like that it's not here on the spectator delay for sure, but like um I don't quite know. If I had to guess, it would be what they're running like Jace mid, more jungle Aurelia top then. Um and that leaves you like Zyra Janna bot lane, which does work into Misfortune Rakan. It works really well, actually. You're pretty much playing double counters. Yes, I know Misfortune is supposed to counter Zyra, but a little bit of positioning can fix that. We just weren't able to figure that out in 2016. Um, so it can get played around. You can play around the waves. I do worry for extended fights, though, for both of these teams, to be honest, really the only person that's super happy with extended fights is going to be Mordekaiser, which does then benefit blue side here 100%, just
Yep.
because you're going to pop out of Death Realm, probably going to have Cannon stats, probably going to have Lysandra stats, so getting a bonus, what, like 50 AP, 300 or so HP, some armor MR. That guy's just going to go nuts once you get that
Yeah.
Conqueror stacked up.
I
So
think
big concern.
I think MF is a little underrated there too. Like I say both MF and the Mordekaiser. Like I know she's not really traditionally the AD carry that wants to just sit there and auto people to death, but we've seen enough of her over the last like 6 months to 8 months. I mean, Guma playing her in the at Worlds, kind of popping off, and definitely was an extended fight. Um, can certainly do work, but I do agree. Like overall, I think Mordekaiser would be the best in that case scenario. The rest of these teams are all just let's burst people out and pray. Gotta love those.
And when
Comps.
I do see, yeah, I do love those comps. But the important thing is going to be setting yourself up in the right angles, creating the right opportunities through good vision play, and kind of pushing your lanes. And I do, on paper, favor red side with that the most. I do like having Misfortune to get wave priority. I like my Lysandras to get wave priority here. But then it's all about actions. Finding good angles to kind of invade the jungle, get the vision you want, set up an angle for your cannon here. That's your key to success if you're red side. If you're looking at your blue side, um, really the biggest thing uh, is just winning in isolation in your lanes. That's kind of what you have to do here. I look at all these matchups, and pretty much outside of top lane, I'm looking at some pretty positive matchups. Um, but there's ways that they can lose. Jace's always find ways to lose. Aurelia's always find ways to lose. These are like the solo queue champions that you see just go 0-10 in your games. And so we have to make
Is it working?
Yep,
Okay.
just pop back.
All right.
You're showing your client.
Which is fine. I'm gonna open this up really fast. They might just get hit with an ad now. Nothing I can do.
Nah, that's fine.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. We are back. It appears we are up and running. So I'm going to get into the game in just a moment here. Okay. All right, in we go.
Let me know when you have 10 seconds.
You're at 10 seconds. Okay, I'm pretty much where you're at almost. I'll pause at 10. Stream is good. Viewers have gone, but they will return, I hope. I'm sorry, guys, for whatever happened to the draft. I'm not really sure. I'm sorry, Twitch won't let you give me a follow. Cat hands. All right, I'm gonna start up the stream or not the stream, but the game in 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
There we go.
All right. Well, sorry about that, guys. We are into the game. I will apologize if an ad comes. Maybe somebody can help me out and run a snooze if we get to that point. I don't have 2 monitors.
Keep you entertained though.
Yeah, they'll just get
We
screwed
gotta.
with an ad at 26 minutes into the game.
That would be rather unfortunate.
I'll try.
But things happen.
Yeah. Definitely not my fault.
In the meantime, though, popping through into this, a big change kind of with the season. I like to harp on it constantly that I think it is very important is teams kind of adapting to these new minion spawns. More than anything else, it just really changed how the flow works. Teams used to kind of, honestly, for the latter half of season 15, teams would genuinely duke it out like 3v3, 4v4 on Raptor camps, and we've changed. You can even see the bot laners both trying to get the Vulcan ward in that middle brush and just keep priority up more than anything else. I'd like to see both this Zyra and this Misfortune do as much as they can to try and control bushes, and so far it's going to go on the side of Red, just keeping the established status quo going.
Well, the one nice thing I've seen new mid laners still doing is occasionally getting a ward on that Raptors, which we do see from the Jace. A little bit of an engaged bot side of the map. Ashes looks to be alright though. And you were right, by the way. Good call on the Mordekaiser jungle. Zyra bot.
To me, it makes the most sense nowadays with how the crabs work. It scores 1-1, mind. But I think a big travesty is what's happening up here though with this Kennen. Kennen into Aurelia is just nightmare and apologies.
Oh,
Just
that was gross. Waingrod's been getting the best of Mr. Buffa in these matchups for the most part. Pretty unfortunate there. I think Knight being a little too much to deal with.
I think that's a big change too, is the having that kind of passive teleport that you get with the top lane quest means that you can go ignite, and it makes champions like Aurelia here that wanted to take it but had to go TP to kind of go with the flow of what is correct. It just gives them so much power, allows you to brawl, it allows these one-item champions to really have space to flourish. We can see the pings kind of coming onto these top crabs, and look at Mr. Buffa already stuck answering that wave. That's going to give Wangrod here a really good opportunity to try and fight and see the pings going on. Eyes on this poor J4 that might just be a victim.
Gets stolen away there from Inferno, and jumping on there with the Q, he's going to get the knockback with the E. It's going to be just too much damage. A misstep there by the J4. What was the smite? Was it on cooldown?
No, just a complete kind of, I guess, misplay from lead there. It's an unfortunate situation, kind of snowballing already out of control here for the Femboys on the top side of the map. You don't want to have that as your J4. You don't have any gold, you don't have any HP to really give away to lose priority here, but it's happening on the flip side. They're able to pick up this bot crab here for leads, so it's not the end of the world, but that Dark Seal's scary to see in King of Nothing's inventory.
Yeah, it certainly is. And this Jace now having red buff. Meanwhile, top side, another fight. The Ignite is not going to matter. The Aurelia just... I blink up there and instantly just dead for the Kennen. There's nothing we can do. I'm not sure how he plays at this point.
Yeah, I don't know how you even get to play either. Picked up that Dark Seal to try and be the most effective kind of gold possible, but the disadvantage of running the AP bot lane is on this first reset. You just don't have mana to really contest pushes against AD carries, and honestly, big on Nexus here, who's been playing really well with these bushes, getting all the healing they can possible, so Tango Fish doesn't have to worry about brawling auto for auto, and this backstop's going to be pretty big here too. You have information, you give your J4 a little bit of a chance to catch up in camps. As you can see, they're already even on that minion quest, but the respawn's going to still in favor of King of Nothing, and Nexus starting to kind of play with their food a little bit more, and Ashes moving on up, sees it, still a nothing burger, but eyes on this dragon here. Could be abused if Inferno looks for this rotation.
Yeah, and if they're able to get this Drake, I think that's big once again. They've gotten every first Drake so far this series, and it's not looking to change much here. especially with the solo lanes falling behind, kind of giving yourselves some sort of win con is always important. So the question is, will they be able to stack these Drakes? That's really what's going to matter as we move into the mid game.
Yeah, and they can keep that stacking going if you can keep yourselves kind of on this trail of I guess macro, tempo. There's the right word I'm looking for. But it can definitely fall out of your favor, especially when you look at that blasting rod in the Mordekaiser's inventory. You're going to clear camp so quickly, and it's going to be on to kind of like X factors like Nexus here. He's already moved top lane, trying to leave some pressure from Mr. Buffa, but dude, 28 farm to 45, down 0-2. You've got refill pots in your inventory. This is down bad, and there's the ad.
Sorry, guys.
Better time than never.
Yeah, it's probably better if it's early than later on in the game. If you do a run force to a minute, it's not going to matter. Meanwhile, Lead, though, is going to get jumped on here. Going to go straight into the Death Realm, trying to run away, but I think he's going to fall, certainly. One kill is actually picked up by Inferno coming out of it. Now, CLD does have his own ult. He's going to use it, but I don't know if he's going to run away. Should be forced to burn the flash. Kind of holding it, trying to play it out. He does play it pretty perfect there.
Wait.
He's going to pick up a kill and a King of Nothing. He does go over to Nexus, but at least it's a 1-for-1.
Honestly, big play by Nexus there. It's not your fault that Lissandra just doesn't have damage to go toe for toe with the Mordekaiser Jace that early. But a bad situation turned acceptable here. Rakan's pretty happy to get that gold early. You stop those Dark Seals kind of getting stacked up here from the Mordekaiser, and you have that spellbook to TP back into lane, so the tempo's going to be pretty quick here. They're trying to find a catch on Ashe. Not able to do it, though.
Yeah, Ashe is just fine. The Janna Tornado is absolutely disgusting ability if used properly. You can see it just canceling out the W there from Nexus. He's looking for plays. He's like, I'm coming. Hack splashing in there.
They got level
the
6.
bullet time to come out, but it's not going to get much usage there as nice String of Thorns comes down to kind of disengage the fight.
Lead.
But Lead has found a play. He's found Ashes walking in. He does have the Cataclysm. That's going to be a kill for this J4. I do think he should be fine to just walk out.
Death Realm's on a long cooldown there for King of Nothing, so they can't do anything to respond to that. Just kind of a free play for all things considered. And that gets Lead kind of well and a way back in this game off the back of Nexus and Tango Fish continuing to just... the term I like to use, endearing or not, is piss fighting. Let me know if I'm not supposed to say that, but it's really funny when people just kind of fist fight. And I like to call it kind of piss fighting. You're both pissed at each other. You're just fighting because you saw each other in the face. And CLT might get caught out. Leads on the way back.
Nice usage of the E there to keep himself safe. Oh, but they're going to engage here on Inferno, dodging out the flash EQ. And here comes Nexus to turn this fight maybe in their favor. Never mind, Death Realm was up, so it's going to be a trade so far. Now, of course, King of Nothing flashing in here does have the advantage, but here comes the E. Nice dodge on the Q from CLT, and everybody's going to be all right.
They're going to be all right, but not quite Lead. Lead is very sad. Losing camps, losing more gold. Already kind of struggling to get your foot in the door here as a Jarvan into this game. And, you know, looking at the bigger issue that's starting to grow on this map, it's that Kennen for Mr. Buffa down 1,400 gold already. You've got the Sork Pen just to be able to walk away from the Aurelia, all things considered, and the Blade of the Rune King making sure that's not going to really be the case. So you're going to be losing these top side objectives consistently. Grubs going away. You don't want to give that to... Angel Boy.
Yeah, Strangle Thorn's going to come down, but I do think eventually he will fall. I think he's accepting his fate. Maybe he can flash over a wall here and see kind of how he plays it. That's still a decent amount of damage. There's a lot of plants. Bullet time's going to come out, does force out the flash, so he actually is able to escape. Really well played usage of the plants there. You got to imagine Nexus has that quickness to kill, but he used it in the mid lane. But no flash. Now onto the Sire.
I think that... Oh, that's a big catch on the root, but it's not enough to kill topside.
Yeah, no, but topside is trying to fight. The Ignite's going to come down. Cataclysm was shut down. Ooh, getting dunked on.
Back to bot lane here. Tango Fish has that Vamp Scepter, so they want to try and get some autos in this wave, get some health
nice
back, but
W to
Nexus just
flash
wants to
in
fight.
there! Beautifully done there by Tango. Following up on Nexus.
My word. Nexus is wearing the pants in this bot lane for sure, making sure that everything happens under their watch, and that's good to see. You want to be proactive when you're playing against these enchanters. You want to try and catch Janna's off guard when they either don't have NATO, when they're not ready for it, and they're doing that super well. But that is going to shift this tempo away from the jungler specifically. Yes, lead is here, but look at the bot lane. It's the entirety of blue side already here, already ready to contest this dragon, and it's just lead alone. Could get collapsed on again, but no one's quite has this urgency really to get it done, and lead just kind of wants to look for that steal. Not going to get pulled away, so able to get away from that. Lost the crab, the vision not here, and they got to walk all together here, shoulder to shoulder, to try and reclaim this river.
Yeah, that felt a bit risky what they try to attempt there, but he gets away with the play. I think with Cataclysm on cooldown, I feel like a fight here would be pretty risky. And so it looks like they might still
Very
attempt.
risky.
He's trying to catch over the wall
Couple
here.
seconds.
It's going to be a 50-50, but it's secured there by King of Nothing. Sends him to the death round. Misses the E, most importantly. Does he have enough HP to survive? It doesn't look like it. Meanwhile, bullet time coming down, but it's not going to catch anybody else. Nice usage of the Janna ultimate to keep his team safe. And now it's just an all-out war, and it's a brawl, but King of Nothing finding multiple members with E. Does pick up the kill. Nice amount of damage coming out of the Zyra, and Ashes is flashing in and said, "Come here, Rakan!"
No.
Doesn't have the damage.
The auto. Canceled the auto deck a couple times there, though, but that was just fish in a barrel for blue side at the end. Just looked dominating. After the missed 50-50 there, lead got sent to the death realm. Didn't have Cataclysm, so couldn't follow up on the bullet time. Tango Fish just a little far behind on that engage from Nexus. There, a little miscommunication, a little kind of off-tempo on the timing here. And the growing elephant in the room here is Wangrod on this Aurelia, causing issues. Has those grubs, has already that bonus damage from Aurelia that activates on the towers, keeps the passive going. So it's just so hard to deal with here. This is a raid boss. And there's, what, probably 2,000, 1,700 in the
They
inventory.
want to fight the
going.
raid boss. I actually do think they have the damage. Wangrod maybe biting off a little more than he can chew. Lead picks up the kill. I would love to see here, I think, at this point, from the side of Mapogo Coalition, just if you don't have the cooldowns, don't look to fight. Like, I think it's very, very important. And as I say that, they're going to try to make a play in Inferno, but a nice cancel on the W with his E.
Not too bad. Jay's kind of getting away with a little bit of murder there with that positioning, but not the end of the world. Tango Fish getting a lot of pressure.
Tango is getting a lot of damage done here. Jungle Thorns comes down. Barrier doesn't look like it's going to be enough, though. The Mackup's going to come in, and that's just going to be a solo bolo here for the Zyra. Kind of feeling the pain of the pick. Lead's also in the death round. I was like, what's happening here? Forced to flash away. He does escape with his life, though.
That's a big flash to be missing, though. You're not going to have that when you're trying to contest this dragon up here, and you want to be dragon stacking. You mentioned that earlier as this red side, and you don't have that tool anymore. You're getting corralled under your bot tier 1 that's already on its last legs against a Zyra Janna lane. So it's just kind of a nightmare situation, and Mr. Buffa getting ran down up kind of even with XP, but this damage
looks like he's done
just
for.
yeah, just look at a little mismatched here in the matchups, and really kind of have to look at mid lane here if you want to find a good solo lane from this red side, and even that is struggling to keep up with the Jace.
Yeah, I mean, there's big gold leads pretty much across the map, and we can check out the gold, regardless of the farm difference. But we're talking about a 1,500 gold lead for this Jace. Zyra currently up, also about 1,000. And top lane, we just won't look up there, but it's about 3K.
Yeah, the top lane's the elephant in the room, so we don't have to talk about it anymore.
That's trying to make the outplay.
An engage?
Yeah, I wonder if he self-ults there if it's a better play. He's trying to CC lock him under the
100%.
turret.
100% self-ulting there saves you. You get the Jace will be on top of you, slow, doesn't deal damage. You get the healing, and Nexus keeps wanting to fight, but these grand entrances starting to get read a little bit better from Ashes, and they want to keep it up, but I don't think the brawling is going to work when you have to deal with this burn.
Yeah, well, he wants to go in. He knows there's no flash. Going to use the bullet time, but a beautiful... Never mind, I thought there was no flash. It's actually up. I misspoke. Stranglethorns comes down. Nexus trying to run for his life now. And then we flip here to top side. Sniping Maelstrom was also used. They're just fighting everywhere on the map. And Knight going down here under the lead. This J4 has to be careful, though. Flash in there from King of Nothing. This guy's absolutely popping off. Going to pull Mr. Buva into the death round, but he is under a turret. This could be a bit risky. CLT is going to spawn next to him, but a nice lead. What can he do? My goodness, Waingrod absolutely popping off, and there's just nothing happening positive on the map for Mapogo.
Not anything that can get done against those two fighters in the top side. The top jungle from this blue side is just dominating at every single turn that they can, and you know, the bright spot that we had as red side was your recon play, was your kind of like meetup between your jungle and support. There's nothing to play around. These two champions don't carry on their own. J4 facilitates others, has good damage at one item, but isn't enough to really carry a fight in the recon as a support. Let's not talk about trying to carry as a support in this day and age. So it's just so hard to really find a foot in the door here for red side, and I hate to be that guy. You know, it's my first time here, but it's kind of a little bit of a waiting room here, waiting for blue side to make a mistake and lead at just inches away from their own death and just completely clueless.
Yeah, he ends up being able to escape by literally doing nothing. If I don't move, they can't kill me.
Yeah, movement-based vision is
gold lead is
the thing we
absolutely
need to see.
And the biggest gold lead of the series so far.
Just gets worse and worse. Gets farther and farther away. I think one way you can find in, it's not gonna be about team fighting. It's finding someone that can contain the Aurelia specifically, and like it could be your Kennen. I'm thinking it's more gonna be your Lissandra than anything else, but like that's a tall task for Lissandra. You've got the flashlight, you've got the ultimate, so you have enough to really stall. I just need to see that Seeker's Arm Guard finished in their inventory, and then you might be able to do it, and people are going to be looking at me like, that's a doomed task. It is. It's a hard task, but you have to do that if you want to find a way in, and also find picks onto someone like Inferno here. Any bounty is a positive if you're red side.
Yeah, they're going to try. He doesn't have his flash, so if they want to try for a play, they could, but everyone's just too far away. Meanwhile, Drake is going to be the focus on the bot side. Mr. Booba, though, trying to fight it out, trying to 1v1 Waingrod, but it's just not enough damage.
No, it's like murder, man. It's premeditated. Waingrod saw that 2 waves ago, and Mr. Boofa just wasn't able to keep up to date. This tower is going to fall. Tango Fish is playing with a little bit of danger right now.
Oh, and the
too
flash
close to that Aurelia.
Aurelia doesn't care, just going in. The bullet time is enough to get the shutdown. Maybe that's the mistake you need, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. We're dropping Herald mid lane. We've got ourselves 2 Drakes. I feel like Femboys is sitting pretty happy regardless of the game state.
For that death roll onto anyone.
Yeah, death roll will matter. Oh, with the lockdown! And this is kind of what we're talking about. If you can get a bit of a wombo combo, the CC perfect on top of this Mordekaiser, and now they're going to do the same thing to Angel Boy. Yeah, maybe Nexus falls, but I don't think it's going to matter. Another shutdown, and all of a sudden, we slowed the game down. Oh, the snipe though from Inferno!
Ooh.
The shot
Can they punish it?
Can they is the question.
No
There's no sniping Maelstrom. He does have his flash off cooldown, and here comes a TP in.
That's Aurelia TP.
That is going to be very terrifying. They should have the damage to finish him off. They will, but it's going to be a trade 1-for-1. And now it's just what can you do against Aurelia, and there's absolutely nothing you can do. There's the ignite, there's the damage. Oof.
Unfortunate when like really good wins for your side just falls away, right? You did everything right. You punished the throw, you used everything well. And what looked like a good chase just turned into a complete overchase. You weren't taking into account all the resources blue side has. They haven't had to spend anything. Of course they're going to have their TPs. Of course they're going to be able to respond to these plays. But that's just something that's so hard to think of in the moment specifically. So great plays from Nexus, and lead kind of turns on its head and gets flipped away. You run out of tools to deal with that Aurelia. But it does give some gold. It does give you a sigh of relief. It shows that there is an avenue here for red side, but how much more can you give to create those plays, right? You only have these tier 3s, you only have your Nexuses to do this with, and this Baron, it's on spawn, it's supposed to be tankier, doesn't look the way, there's no vision on this at all, and that's just a free Baron here for blue side.
Yeah, and consistently they've been taking these Barons all series, kind of sneaking them out, and once again get one here, the earliest Baron of the series. But yeah, just no chance of reaction from the side of Mapogo, and I don't even think they had an inkling it could even happen, regardless of wards on the Baron or not. Nobody even went over there except for Nexus.
This is bait of the highest level.
Yeah, they're hoping it's bait. A nice W does negate some of the damage here for Wayne Grab, but I think it should still fall. It's going to be a trade of 1-for-1, but I'm going to be honest, Kennen uses all. I think that's what you want there. You want that trade.
It's about all you can wish as a Kennen. You got the double stun there. The W resists so much damage for Aurelia, though, so of course it's going to let you get that return kill. But I guess the good news is you don't lose anything but that Baron. The waves are pushed out enough to where you're going to be up in time to kind of respond to some stuff here. So, if anything, good trade, good job here from red side. You have to turn this, though. You don't have these tools now to defend this. You have to use so much to kill this Aurelia, and that's why a lot of people find split pushing so frustrating, and that's why it was on blue side here to get ahead in the early game. They were able to do it in this lane as a raid boss here for this Aurelia. Now all of a sudden you're looking at this 4v4, you're looking at this possible 5v5 in the death realm onto the...
He's trying to take down Tinglefish. He's going to be able to lock him up here. The barrier is not going to be enough. He's going to take down. No, he's living. Red buff with a beat. No!
Overextension.
He survives. The Cataclysm is huge. String of Thorns comes down, taking down Nexus. Inferno is the one that has to try to carry the fight now. CLT goes golden, goes into the result. Does not matter. He's going to drop. Tinglefish here now has come back, but doesn't have much wave clear on this MF. Do her best to try to stall it out.
That re-engage looked so good off the death realm, the return from that death realm, but once again, you don't have that pull time, you don't have those cooldowns here now. Vanguard's back here.
Oh, nice buffer there from Inferno to guarantee the kill. At least Tinglefish trades something back, but meanwhile, J4 taking a bit of a fight on a Wayne Grab, but it's not really much of a fight as he really picks up a 10th kill of the game. And now 2 inhibitors are falling, and Boy making sure to finish up this bot one. Wayne Grab's like, hey guys, let's just end this game. Let's get out of here. Get our victory. At least that's going to be the attempt. Here comes the bullet time. Is it enough? They'll be able to drop him.
Inferno's here.
So what can they do? One shock blast into Tango's face would be the kill. Oh, and look at Inferno going in so strong. Take down the Cassandra. This looks to be the game. Nexus is going to fall pretty much right in front of the bot lane's eyes. Nexus tries to flash in, but he just can't find the play. He's going to drop, and that's going to be a GG as these minions are the Winions.
Just enough at the tank there to get the end, but there was no concern, no doubt that that blue side was able to find that victory just after some time. So good on them to execute on the plan, I guess, or how their comp was supposed to find success. Get your soul lanes ahead, have your pretty much 4 X factors play super well, and there's not a lot of analysis because not a whole lot kind of analytical happened. It was pure hands checking. It was pure just skill diffs and matchups that really started to snowball out of control. Red side had chances for sure. They created them, but you have to use so much to overcome that gold difference. And by the time you're coming into these follow-up plays, your ultimates are still on cooldown. You're not the same level. You don't have that cooldown advantage. You're not able to get on the map faster because you have to find these plays and back after trying to go for more. You have to be so greedy to get any sort of gold. It's just never going to work here into your favor. But honestly, still good on red side to keep it going this long. I would have expected a 17 or a 16-minute game, to be honest, with just how fed that Aurelia was. But they kept it going. They caught out good advantages, and they've got some workings to find success here later.
Yeah, I mean, Mapogo, they were missing their mid laner. I don't know how much it affects things. On the other side, Femboys was also actually missing their mid laner. They had their jungler go mid and their jungle play here. Our jungler sub, I should say. So it was an interesting series to watch as there were some players out. But overall, Mapogo continuing to show they are a team that can certainly be in any game. But it's got to be a heartbreaker. Back-to-back weeks. You go to game 3, you lose the game 3, so now you're starting off the split 0-2. there's certainly still a chance to make a run here. There's still 7 more weeks of the regular season, but this is one of those series again they kind of look at, and I'm sure they're a little frustrated. Femboy side getting this win after what happened last week. They are the returning champs. They're back on track. They got to feel pretty good about that. So we'll definitely see how these two teams' seasons continue to go. But yeah, it was an exciting series. I think one of the best series we've had so far out of these first 2 weeks.
That's good to hear. Definitely saw the makings of that, especially if maybe the drafts were a little more on the even side. So I think that's honestly the biggest takeaway that I have here for MC, is kind of improving a little bit on your drafting, improving on your champ pools, maybe looking at kind of blindable top laners more than anything else, because you're seeing a team like Femboys here that's able to lock in those first 3 champions, the Jays, the Mordekaisers, and the Zyra, and anything can happen off of those. It's so hard to kind of predict what's going on. So you need to have these more kind of fluid champions that don't have defined roles as well to respond. But you're going in with preset game plans because that's the status quo. That's the textbook here. And, we're not playing by the textbook at all. And you have to be able to break that. And Femboys was able to just do that better. They were able to kind of lay down the law. But I mean, I like the combos. I like the plays. Just the gold not really in favor to make those worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I would like to state that I appreciate you coming on for Game 3. You're a fantastic caster, by the way. I'm sure the viewers enjoyed listening to what you had to say throughout the entirety of that Game 3. And then I will remind everybody we do have another series coming up in about an hour and a half. So I will be going live again for that one. Good luck to me. It's going to be a long day. But we'll see if the trend continues for another 3-game series as well, or if we're going to get ourselves a quick 2-0 sweep. But yeah, that's about it, guys. So thank you all for coming out to the stream. Thank you again, Halfling, for joining up for this rest of this cast. And look forward to seeing everybody tonight.
Yeah. Thank you.